an online security threat at Canada Revenue Agency come at a worse time. If you use eFile or NetFile or any of the agency's e-services today is not the day to do it. How concerned should we be about the so-called Heartbleed Bug? An information security expert will join me next. Internet security concerns about a newfound software glitch mean none of us can file our tax returns online today. Maybe you're applauding. The Canada Revenue Agency has shut down its website because of concerns over the so-called Heartbleed Bug. I want to talk more about that shutdown and the bug itself with Michael Legary. He is founder and chief strategy officer for the North American information security firm Seccuris, and he joins me by Skype from Winnipeg. I've never heard of this Heartbleed Bug. What is it? Where did it come from, Michael?
Well, none of us heard about it actually a couple of weeks ago. It's something in the security community folks have been researching for quite some time. And it was just recently publicized. And what it is a vulnerability in most of the software used to protect communications on the internet, specifically OpenSSL. And what happens is an attacker in an undetected way can read the secret key protecting communications between us and our favorite websites, our usernames, passwords, and other protected communications. So it's one of those things where it came out of the blue, but it impacts us, all of us, and especially businesses in Canada, extremely in a severe way. And
right at this time, when people are thinking, "Oh my goodness, I got to get all those stubs together, I got to get my tax return in," more than 6.7 million Canadians, Michael, have already filed tax returns electronically as of March 24th. How concerned should they be?
Everyone should be very concerned at the moment, and the reason is that the encrypted communications that have happened over the last 2 years could potentially be decrypted and read if the attacker has access to that information. So there's a lot of folks who monitor the internet, some good and some bad and some unauthorized, and if they could get access to the secret key that the CRA has, they could read people's information that has been submitted to date.
So there's only one secret key that the CRA has? I mean, I would think an agency that big would have a whole bunch of secret keys.
You know, for different forms of communication, they do. But when it comes to the critical communication between us and CRA online for the online submissions, it's one key. And now that it's been potentially compromised, they have to change their back-end systems, and then we can then refill and communicate securely in the future.
So how long could that take?
It's going to take at least days, maybe weeks. And it's unfortunately not something that can be fixed in an hour. It's a fairly complex problem to check the vulnerability to make sure that it's gone once the upgrade happens. And then because that secret key might be compromised, the process to generate a new key and to give it out to distribute it can take days.
Wow. Apparently they're working on it like nonstop in Ottawa. Is there anything, though, Canadians can do, in their homes, wherever they have their computers, to protect themselves in the meantime?
Absolutely. Right now, if you have anything that you've communicated online that you're concerned about, online banking, specific types of transactions you did from a business perspective online with your favorite website, consider yourself exposed and prepare for the inevitable. Prepare for an attack, prepare for identity theft. And not to say it's going to happen, but make sure you have a plan. If something happens, or your credit card's compromised, or your credentials on your websites are compromised, change your passwords, and look to see what your favorite website, what your vendors in business are doing to ensure that they are not vulnerable and that your information's been protected.
You're kind of scaring me, but is that sort of your role at Seccuris? Are you supposed to scare me? You know what I mean?
Yeah. This particular issue is that serious, and it's security folks may say that all the time, but quite literally, because of the way this impacts secret communications on the internet, and because it's been out, like the issue has existed for over 2 years, folks who truly want to get access, criminals, organized crime, national security agencies of whatever countries, they potentially had access. So this is definitely a big one. And we should all be concerned.
I want to thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, Michael.
Thank you.
Information security expert Michael Legary joining me by Skype from Winnipeg.